Yes, ma'am.
And Bales the same way as your son?
Correct.
Oh, thank you.
Dr. Bales, I believe you're employed by the Johnson City School System as its superintendent director.
Yes, sir.
You're Ira's dad.
I am.
You had asked to speak first today for the idea of conveying your feelings to the court and to the family of Tanner. Just go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor, for giving me this time. I wanted to talk to Tanner's family really first. You know, they're close friends of ours. Both of our sons have grown up together. Their older son and Eli are best friends, and Tanner and I were best friends. And when the accident happened, I was out of town, and my wife called me and told me I had been in a bad accident, but we thought it was just Ira. And before I left to come home, I laid down to pray for an hour, but I didn't know Tanner was involved, so I didn't pray for Tanner or anyone else other than my son. And I want to apologize for that. Also, when the accident happened, I wanted to apologize for the press because they wanted to make the story about me. And Denny and Susan and Austin had lost a son and a brother. And I thought that was very disrespectful because the story wasn't about me. It was about an outstanding young man who lost his life and another great young man, I think, whose life was changed forever. And I wanted to apologize to them for that.
We're asking the court today to place Ira on some amount of probation, depending on what the court decides is reasonable under the circumstances, knowing that it's a minimum of 2-day sentence. You've been able to evaluate Ira since this accident and also before this accident. His juvenile record, he didn't seem to sink in as much as.
Yes, sir.
What's your opinion now as far as going forward that you've seen Ira as far as he's placed on a probationary sentence?
You know, I would have to say whatever the judge sees fit. Well, his mother and family and I will be respectful of it.
How?
He's our son, and he has done everything now that he should be. He's not driving anywhere but to work. He doesn't drive to school. We pick him up and take him there. He's at work every day. He's confessed his sins to the Lord at our church. And I think he's being a man about it by standing up today and saying, I'm pleading guilty. I'm not saying anything negative about anyone else, including Tanner. And to me, that's accepting a great responsibility.
Can he live on a probationary sentence in terms of, use your opinion, is he's going to be able to handle the need for being places at certain times for probation, not driving for 3 years, not consuming alcohol or drugs?
You know,
it's sunk in.
He's an adult, and I think he's realized it. When, you know, close to when the accident happened, I slept with him because he would, you know, just concerned for Tanner and didn't know what to do. And he would question, you know, Dad, I don't know why I wasn't killed and Tanner was. And I just had to tell him that all we know is that's God's plan, and he needs to live a better life for Tanner, to show Tanner what he could do with his life. And I believe he's able and ready to do that.
With that said, he is asked to be able to speak to students of his age and younger about his situation in life, to encourage them not to go down that road. Are those opportunities available for him to do that in our system here in East Tennessee?
I'll certainly make those options available in our system, but I think in the whole Northeast Tennessee region, he could be an outstanding model of what good can come from tragedy, because we know something has to come that's good and right from the horrible loss of Tanner's life.
Mr. Bales, we advised the court, you had car insurance, you all have cooperated, you've given them all the paperwork about the insurance, about the car, about the recalls on the car, done everything on the civil side you've been asked to do, is that correct?
Yes, sir, and if there's anything else we need to do to make sure all that gets taken care of, then we want that for Tanner's family.
That's all I have.
Cross-examination. I have no questions, Your Honor. Mr. Bales, thank you for your testimony. You may come down, sir. Thank you. Ma'am, you've been sworn. He would have